Hey guys, welcome to episode number 10 of this all or nothing Manchester City career mode here on FIFA 19. This footage is of course brought to you by the EA Game Changers program. They were kind enough to fly myself and a number of other YouTubers out to Berlin last week. As of tomorrow though, early access is out on Xbox One and I will be bringing you full facecam live commentary content from the journey and hopefully the Tottenham Hotspur career mode as well. My shirt has arrived in the post and fingers crossed the new ground will be available at early access rather than having to wait for the day one patch, meaning that I can start the Tottenham Hotspur career mode series right from the off. But for now, it's the Premier League finale and we play the FA Cup final today as well. So do drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any of the new stuff that's going to be coming starting tomorrow. For now, we're going to concentrate on the Premier League. We've got a victory against Burnley in that previous game. We need other results to go our way if we're to stand a chance of winning the Premier League. We were 5 points behind Manchester United with a game in hand. But now that we've beaten Burnley, we're 5 points behind. Well, we were 8 points behind actually with a game in hand. So we're now 5 points behind with a 6 available. We're going to get the victory here against Leicester City. So we have to hope that Manchester United lose this game that they're playing on this match day and that we can then win again against Brighton here away from home, and again that Manchester United can lose or draw. I'm not sure what the goal difference situation was like actually. So we needed to, basically win all 3 games today, which so far we've 2 of 3, and then we had to hope that Manchester United drop points in their final 2 games of the season, hoping they lost at least one of them and picked up at maximum a draw from the second. But we start in the half-hour mark here in the first of today's 2 played games, the second of which will be the FA Cup final, by the way, against West Ham at Wembley. Locadia gets down the line there. Superb footwork and running from him. Unfortunately for Brighton, their Iranian striker isn't able to find the target or get even remotely close to finding the target with his effort there. Acrobatic, but not good enough. Here's Izquierdo, though, across to Pröper. Pröper through the gap there and into the back of the net from Locadia. It's Brighton 1, Manchester City 0. Not what we need in the scale of the Premier League title fight. Has to be honest, I need to get myself 2 goals now to ensure that we win the game and give ourselves the slimmest of possibilities of winning the title. Scalotto up forward on the right-hand side here as we push towards half-time. Cross comes in towards the back post. Locadia's there. It's cleared away, but not very well. And the effort comes in and goes wide of the target. Thankfully, right. Now we need all the chances to continue at that end of the pitch as we're in the second half. They give possession away here. Sterling inside. Aguero played into Leroy Sané. You can see Benjamin Mendy pushing forward from left back. Sané is still there. And there's Kevin De Bruyne. Could play it around the corner. Turns inside. I get so lucky with the way that it drops back to me there. But tuck it away. If you're going to get the opportunity, luckily, you might as well take it. And that's exactly what we do. We're level. Now, can we get ourselves in front? That's the question. It's going to be tough to do it because Brighton have been playing very well so far. And in actual fact, it's going to be them that are on the counter-attack here, trying to have the next chance of the game. Inside towards Bissouma. Into Pascal Gross, who strikes up very cleanly and very well indeed. Izquierdo back, but cleared away by the defenders. Now, can we go on the counter-attack and go up the other end of the field? It's getting very stretched here. Leroy Sané played in. Had to play that back because there wasn't quite enough pace on the ball. We'll try and perhaps look for him again in a moment. Sergio Aguero inside to De Bruyne. De Bruyne out wide to Raheem Sterling. You see Sané at the back post waiting for the ball in. There he is, Leroy Sané. The shot's cannoning off the defender, though, and away by the defence. Sterling played in again on this right-hand side. There's Sergio Aguero on the overlap on the right-hand side. This time Kyle Walker rather than Benjamin Mendy on the other side. Slot that into Sergio Aguero. Unbelievable save from the goalkeeper. We stay at 1-1. 5 minutes to go. Draw this and we certainly won't win the Premier League title. We need to win to give ourselves any chance. Locadia, shot blocked. It's going to drop back to him though, and with a rather tame header straight into the keeper's hands. It's not to be for Brighton, but it's also not to be for me. The Premier League title is beyond us. It will be second place only for us in the Premier League this season, behind Manchester United. I'll show you the league table quickly here. I really like the new graphics there, showing the way that all of the various different competitions go. But you can see, finishing 5 points behind Manchester United, it's second only for City here. So, semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, second place in the league, round of 16 in the Champions League. I need at least one trophy this year. It's FA Cup final time at Wembley Stadium against West Ham. Now, City did win a domestic cup last year, IRL, but it was the Carabao Cup, not the FA Cup. They got knocked out by Wigan in the FA Cup. We were able to get ourselves through to the final here, thanks to that win against Everton that we simulated in yesterday's episode. They're starting a strong 11 here, West Ham. Yarmolenko scored, as I'm recording this, so far as the game is ongoing, 2 goals against Everton IRL this past weekend on Super Sunday. I don't know whether he'll pick up his hat-trick or not. They're still playing the second half right now. But Leroy Sané knocks this back to Benjamin Mendy. We're in the opening few minutes here, as you can see. David Silva into Sergio Aguero. Raheem Sterling out wide. A nice little Ronaldo top. Lays it back to Kyle Walker. Cross comes in from deep. Kevin De Bruyne is there. It's 1-0 City. Early doors here in the 6th minute. The goalkeeper thought about coming for it. Decided against it. And that was the difference. So he seems to start to come and he stops and backtracks a little bit. He probably could have gotten there. In the end, no man's land for Lucas Fabianski, and it's a simple header for Kevin De Bruyne. Just leans into the defender and then heads it back across goal. He got something on it, the pole, but not enough. And we're only 15 minutes in when we're having another highlight here. And again, on the attack, Sterling to Aguero. Looking for Sterling again. Find David Silva. Here's Raheem Sterling. Turns inside. I thought he would have finished that. I have questioned his finishing throughout the series and throughout the season. Occasionally, it's been absolutely brilliant. On that occasion, it wasn't. Leroy Sané played in, whips it towards the middle. It was aimed for Sergio Aguero, but how is that for a first-time drilled finish from Kevin De Bruyne? His second goal of the FA Cup final. Like I say, it was meant for Aguero. It misses him. The defender, perhaps Masuaku, expected it to go to Aguero, so wasn't paying too much attention to De Bruyne in behind him. It finds Kevin, and bang. Great technique to keep that low and hard towards the bottom corner. Fabianski again gets something on it a lot more this time than the first one, but it wasn't able to be kept out by the keeper. And as you can see, complete and utter domination for us in that first half. 2-0 we lead at half-time. West Ham yet to create a single chance. However, that was to change 5 minutes into the second half. Here we go. Corner, header on target. Saved at the near post by Ederson. Thank you very much. We will be keeping our 2-goal lead intact. From the resulting corner, though, they made a change in between, and another header up wide this time of that near post, not needed to be saved by the goalkeeper. Kevin De Bruyne, apparently the player to watch. They might have told West Ham that earlier on in the game, as he's already scored twice. Leroy Sané played in behind here, real clear in behind, tried to square it into the middle, but couldn't find a teammate. Hacked away by the West Ham backline, but we will win this header. Raheem Sterling picks up the loose ball. There's De Bruyne. He's on for a hat-trick, so I kind of felt like I had to try and get him here. Outside of the foot shot, but couldn't get it to bend quite enough, the Belgian. Looking for a three-piece for him, but no dice this time. It's just the 2-0 so far. Great pace and strength for Masuaku. So much so that Laporte had to foul him to halt his progress. Free kick for West Ham here. Andrei Yarmolenko will deliver it with his left foot towards the penalty spot. Dinked in, and on the volley from Issa Diop, I believe it was, of all people. No, it wasn't. It was Manuel Lanzini. Regardless, it was still a very, very good effort that went wide of the target, luckily for me. Someone on the floor injured, but Raheem Sterling racing away here. No strength shown whatsoever. But given away. KDB for a hat-trick. Oh, he could have hit that a lot more cleanly than he did. Unfortunately, tamely into the hands of Lucas Fabianski. Still 2-0. Lucas Perez out wide to Felipe Anderson. Well, actually, may well have actually been Lucas Perez that hit that first time shot earlier on. Oh, the footwork from Felipe Anderson, outrageous. Luckily falls to Lucas Perez. If you cast your mind back to the Premier League game against West Ham a couple of episodes ago, unreal goal from Felipe Anderson from about 30 yards, and he very nearly had the opportunity there to score another single or solo effort, but unfortunately it dropped away from him, but fortunately for them, dropped free to Lucas Perez into the back of the net, but we went up the other end and scored a third to ensure that our 2-goal advantage was still the case when the full-time whistle went, and the full-time whistle did in fact go with the scoreline at 3-1. So an early brace from Kevin De Bruyne, meaning that we had the early advantage. West Ham were on the back foot for the majority of the game, and to be fair, at half-time they hadn't even had a chance on goal, let alone actually got themselves even remotely back into the tie. But despite getting themselves back into the tie late on, they still weren't able to do a thing as Leroy Sané went up the other end and finished it off. So we are going to get some silverware here at Manchester City. However, it's just the one trophy, not two, that they were able to get last season in real life. I was hoping to challenge on all 4 fronts. And we did challenge on 3 of the 4 fronts. Taking the title race down to the final episode, unfortunately not able to get it. We were in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup and were desperately unlucky not to get through against Wolves, it has to be said. And Juventus were just able to see me off in penalties. It was very, very close with them 1-1 in both legs. But Kevin De Bruyne, understandably captain for the day, understandably the man to lift the trophy as well after a man in the match performance, picking up the 2 goals. Delighted to pick up the FA Cup here with City, hoping to do more than that though with Tottenham Hotspur in the series that, like I say, fingers crossed will start tomorrow. Depends if the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is in from early access or is going to be patched in on day 1 on the 25th or 28th. We shall wait and see. But if I can start the Tottenham series tomorrow, I shall start the Tottenham series tomorrow. At the very least, we shall start the journey tomorrow. So there will be full game live commentary content for you starting tomorrow here on the channel. So do make sure you're subbed. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this series. There will be a season roundup video coming later on this afternoon or this evening. This is the second of 3 uploads here on the channel today. So make sure you're subbed so you don't miss out on anything. And basically just subscribe to the channel because I want to hit 300k as soon as possible. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate the support with all of this capture event footage. And hopefully we can go onwards and upwards from here with full launch itself. I'll see you next time.